Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I actually realized something between episodes, which is that the Laotian rebellion has actually provided us with an opportunity, and I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this this wee state here. So, and we're going to see if anyone decides to make it their problem to stop us. House begins conscription. We don't need to begin conscription. We've got conscription going already. And we got a general coming over here, right? Yes. Yeah. Alright. So, does anyone have any interest in coming between me and another Southeast Asian state? Law proposal causes uproar in Japanese communities, claiming that the enactment of cultural exclusion would affect the country's Japanese inhabitants in a disproportionately negative way. Japanese firebrands have riled their communities against the current law proposal. Give them a finger and they will cry for an arm. Give them an arm and before you know it, they will weaponize the arm, batter all you know to death with it, and pilfer the corpses for even more concessions. Option 1 is in their thoughts concern us how, force the issue through. This gives us 10% success chance. 5% of Japanese pops in Shikoku become radical. Make some token amends. This makes 2% of Japanese pops in Shikoku become more radical. Or acknowledge and address their concerns. This reduces success chance and makes 5% of Japanese pops in Shikoku more loyalist. I'm going to go with the first one. Lose a little bureaucracy and gain a few radicals if I can get this enactment chance up. I think it's worth it. Burma is neutral. Are any of the European states intervening? Sulu. Get it together. Okay, there's no front in Sulu, so I can do that. I can invade there whenever I please. Russia is neutral. This basically means I think everyone's basically doing what they wish to do here, which is good. I'm gonna invade with Yamamoto. Zanzibar wants a defensive pact. Interesting. Sure. Alright, so that is... war with who just popped off? Okay, that's the Brunei situation. And this is still working. So we should be on our way here. We'll see. We'll see who's available. It's actually going to be... Oh boy. Kalati Peasant Revolt. Oh, over here. Interesting. Neat. Alright, so we'll put one of our main generals in charge of dealing with that. Oh, excellent. Lao backs down. Wonderful. We'll bankroll them briefly. That will help the situation. They are currently not happy with us, but they'll be happier as things go along. Cool. You in charge over here without torpedoing my war effort in Brunei. And we're in adoption. Wonderful. Australia wishes for an alliance. Are you planning on getting fighty with someone, Australia? We already have a defensive pact. I'm going to go ahead and decline. I'm happy with the way things are right now with us, Australia. I'm happy having you in our market. I wish you'd be a protectorate. Excuse me. The South Island of New Zealand is the capital of Australia. That's wild. I'm sorry, I keep closing all these notifications. I cannot even with all this business. Alright, so, there's the Sulu capitalist revolt. So we'll go ahead and grab one of our smaller armies. We'll go ahead and naval invade. Okugo. You should be just fine for dealing with this situation, I think. And now we've got plenty of force available in Kalat to get what we need to get done. And right away, a Thai uprising in Lao has decided to go ahead and make our lives interesting. We cannot intervene because we don't have access to this area. Interesting. Wait a minute. Oh. Right. Yes. And Lao is a... ours. Why can't we... Oh, for Pete's sake. This is a thing I actually can't stand. We should be able to intervene. Like, they were not independent of us, so I oh, because this is an uprising. They're gonna lose. This is a secession. Well, gosh darn it. Well, it's fine. I'll conquer them. I'll puppet them too, if needed. That's really annoying, though. Like this, I don't love that. Rubber and Tonkin. That's wonderful. Dynam, you better develop that stuff. There's war with the Kalati Peasant Revolt. Brunei is in default. It's frustrating to me that this kind of thing, you have so little time to deal with it when it's not my favorite. Hopefully that will be sorted out as we go on with things later on in life. Later on in the life of the game. Because particularly in a situation, positive outcome in the law debate, 48%, and we're in adoption now, so we should be able to get this done pretty soon. Oh, there was one thing. It's the annexation of Radical Brunei. There's one other thing I meant to handle at the beginning of the episode that I did not, which is we've got some shortages of taxation capacity once again. So I'm going to put some levels of government. I'm going to put 2 in Kyushu. I'm going to put 3 each in Kyushu and Shikoku to start. That's right. I can get 10 levels in Kanto. I'll go with... I'll round it out. Then I need 6 levels each in Kansai, Chubu, and 4 in Shigoku, 2 in Tohoku. Let's go with 8. I'll go with 10 in Yangho. 6 in Yeongnam. 2 in Gyeonggi. And the rest of Korea, we're good. And aligning with that, we will build some more railways. Make sure we're good to go in these areas as well. Very good. And then I'm going to put all the railways at the top. Well, it's not going to matter because we have enough construction capacity to work on all of them at the same time. So, good. We got 2 fronts here, but that's not a problem. So now I'm just going to keep watching the Thai uprising and puppet them as soon as they're available. Ah! Well, the Meiji era has been a good one, but it has come to an end. Emperor Tiasho is now in command. He is a protectionist who aligns with the industrialists. He is wrathful, honorable, erudite, and a popular commander. We are now very short of authority, so I'm going to have to cut our consumption tax on transportation. Yep, that's the most efficient thing to cut. And that's going to mean our finances are a little bit taxed here, but I think these rebellions will be done in very short order, so I hope we'll be just fine. And then we will be not at war for a bit, but only for a bit, because I'm going to go after the Thai uprising as soon as that's available. Hopefully we don't have another uprising. What was going on in Java? They've got a rebellion, a religious revolt. And happily, I don't need to concern myself with that. I don't need to involve myself in Tahiti. I'm already in quite a few wars. Don't need to necessarily take any stance on this business. And what is this? This is a revolt, a liberal revolt in Luang Prabang against French Siam. That's interesting. But once again, I'm not going to involve myself because, again, my primary concern is to get my finances unwrecked. Ooh, Venezuela is improving relations. It's getting these wars done and getting my finances good to go. Public address goes awry. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of cultural exclusion by Kenkichi Masaki has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the Heimin. Fumbling his way through a series of poorly presented talking points, Kenkichi Masaki's arguments have been viciously and convincingly picked apart by his political opponents. The question on everybody's lips now is merely if this mishap was due to the inherent failings of cultural exclusion, or it can be chalked down to the political incompetence of the Heimin. Is the fault of this poorly thought-out proposal, minus 15% chance. Don't want to do that. Kenkichi Masaki must take the blame for the setback, minus 10% enactment chance, or scrap the draft and make a show of a rewrite. This gives us extra enactment chance, longer enactment time, and makes Masaki a little stronger. I'm going to go with this third one. This is going to give us one setback, but we got 58% success chance, so I'm pretty confident that we can get this done and knocked out without a problem. These two revolts are going very well. We should be done with them pretty soon. Probably should have demobilized some of these generals, but at this point, I think it's faster to just get the wars done. Oh, Siam got control back of this area? Urgh. That's really annoying. See, that's just one of those things that, like, hey man, it just feels like I just sort of missed it. Like, didn't... I had a bunch of stuff going on and didn't react fast enough, and, like... Diplomatic plays are not supposed to catch you by surprise here. Russia wants a trade agreement. I accept. The Yangtze Cyclone. A cyclone hit the state of Yangtze from the sea, tearing through homes and people alike. It destroyed our home and wrecked my fishing boat. My family might be safe, but how am I going to feed them? A tragedy. What can be done? 20% devastation, or we should put some money into relief. Oh, that's 72k. It's a tragedy. But what indeed can be done? We built a bunch of government buildings and now our bureaucracy is high. We're going to cultural exclusion, and I think we're going to make it. I'm going to start incorporating these states. Because these states are homelands of a culture that shares a heritage trait with our primary culture, but not a... what's the word? Not a cultural trait. It'll take 5 years. So, the capitalists are revolting in America. And I smell an opportunity. I don't necessarily need to get completely involved. But I'm considering it. Oh, I have a truce with the United Syndicates. That's a tragedy. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to involve myself in that. Karen, I would like to have control of you. You're not involved with anybody. Time to damage relations. I can damage relations. I don't need to damage relations. I can dominion you. Dominate? Is that the word that would be used in this situation? We're gonna do it. And we're gonna mobilize. But we're only gonna mobilize. We're not going to throw conscription together for the moment. Oh boy, we got multiple fronts. We got a multiple front situation down here. Annoying. Canada aligns with the United Syndicates there, a communist state, so that's not shocking. I think I can probably go ahead and quit bankrolling Surakarta at this point. Sulu... No, it's only 50. And Tidor... Hey, and there's cultural exclusion. Wonderful. Tidor, let's have a defensive pact. I don't know how we didn't have a defensive pact before. I need to bankroll you now. So now the question is anyone getting involved with Karen? And I think the answer is no. Well, I guess we don't know yet. Burma, our relations are neutral. That's interesting. You're a technate. I would love to have you in my customs union. By which I mean in my empire. I'm once again short on authority. I could probably cut out road maintenance in Hokkaido at this point. And infrastructure is still good. Wonderful. That'll keep my finances going just fine. Well, this situation is rapidly escalating. But, you know, you get 'em. USA. You are a censor-suffrage presidential republic. Interventionism, free trade, private schools, no health system. Interesting. Moldova, this doesn't appear as though there's any reasonable way to affect this situation. A Maya uprising. Oh, that's fascinating. Heck yes. I could get involved. Oh, that would be fantastic. Just declare myself in on this garbage. I would love for there to be a Maya state. But no, I'm not going to. I think one war is enough for now. But I want there to be a Maya state so bad. I'm going to keep an eye on this, because I'm actually genuinely really tempted to support the Maya uprising here. I think it would be absolutely delightful if... Ooh, you unlocked feminism. Excellent. I think it would be absolutely delightful if we had a Maya uprising here. What's going on here? Austria and the Philippines are fighting? We don't have a trade agreement with Brazil? That's wild. What's going on here? Trying to ban slavery. And regime change and subjugate. Well, Austria, what makes you think you can come into my neighborhood and start fights? And why didn't I see it? Because I wasn't paying close attention. Alright, well this is already in the countdown to war. It's fine. It'll be fine. I am taking over Karen right now. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. That should be fine. Our taxation capacity problems are solved. And that's actually helped our finances quite a bit. So I'm pleased about that. These coal mines are continuing to not be as employed as they should be, which is kind of making me sad because the population is going up in Hokkaido, but we're just not getting all the coal we want. And Sakhalin is basically in the same situation. There's jobs for days here, guys, but nobody wants to be here. It's sad. It's sad, friends. We seem to have developed once again a two-front situation, but I'm hoping that doesn't create any weirdness as we work our way down. So, Burma. If we turned you into a dominion, that would be 22.7 infamy. But I think at this point I could tolerate it. A bunch of... Ooh, there are some opportunities over here. Baroda finally got free. Oh, no, they didn't. They're still an Italian puppet. What about Kutch? Oh, okay. No, actually, never mind. This is just countries grabbing at bits of the British Raj. Which I've done too, so, you know, no... I can't sit here and act like I haven't done it, but it is what's going on. It's what's in fashion, the style at the time. Sambas is a Russian puppet, that's wild. Anfang is still a tributary of China's. No, that's not shocking. Where are you militarily, China? Skirmish infantry, shrapnel, artillery. But you have so many battalions. Did you go national militia? You did. Well, can't say as I think it was a bad plan. Ooh, we lost a general. could use another. Let's see. You're an honorable bandit and a jingoist. You're a brave defensive strategist. You. I'm going to make both of you in, I think. Well, we'll see if we get someone better. Yeah, you're still pretty good. Bring you up to rank 2. See how things go. And our war with Karen proceeds apace. Scandinavia versus the Turkish Emperor. Oh, that's right, because Scandinavia grabbed... I thought they grabbed different areas. I guess they grabbed Bulgaria. Bulgaria and Northern Thrace, aka what is, I think... Well, at least in Hearts of Iron 4, it's Bulgaria. I don't actually know a lot about the borders today, so I'm not going to stand here and claim I know what's going on. Oh my goodness, there's an Afro-American uprising. Blessed. The temptation is strong. But once again, I'm going to leave it. I think America has made its bed now, and the rebel America will put this entire situation to bed, and then we'll have a proper capitalist America. So you can see this war is proceeding apace. Should be done actually very soon. Still got a lot of dosh in the investment pool. Any unemployment? Essentially none. So how much infamy have I got? I've got 10.6. I would be getting up in infamy if I grabbed Burma. On the other hand, the temptation is very high. Ooh. Dreadnought method. Wonderful. So this is a primary method for naval bases. That's going to give us some demand for radios. In fact, it's going to create a shortage of radios, but that's going to mean that our electrics industries will be much more productive and profitable, and that means there will be more of them. How are we doing with electricity? We're doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and electrify the urban centers. That's going to inspire a massive increase in power output, which we're going to need to support. Wow, I just keep running myself out of infrastructure here. We'll do couple extra levels of power plants in each of these states as things go on. I thought we didn't have much employment, but apparently I'm wrong. Oh, because the war's over. That's right. That's why it's going on. Cool. Well, that's fine. This is going to cost us a little chunk of cash. Motor industries, that's not right. Well, that was dumb. I did a dumb. I will do a dumb again later. But for now, we're good to go. Maya Uprising got free. Wonderful. So, now that cultural exclusion has been completed, Korean people are accepted in the Japanese Empire, which means that incorporating these states will work just fine. We should get a substantial increase in revenue from taxation here in these areas. In fact, Taxation capacity will probably need to be increased in order to cover the cost of taxation, but that'll be just fine. Sell Gore. Interesting. The United Syndicates have war support protection. What's your capital? Texas. The capital of the United Syndicates is Texas. And the capital's revolt hasn't pushed in there for reasons that completely elude me. But perhaps they will eventually. What else is going on? Peasant revolt in Mysore. Not concerning myself with that. Alright, well, it has been an episode of some significant maneuvering. But we've still come out mostly on top, despite my errors and subsequent saltiness. We have once again taken the primary position, and now that we've finally moved over to the Dreadnought production method for our naval bases, we have a solid lead in power projection. We have a solid lead in prestige, and that's mostly resulting from our power projection. So I think at this point we can consider ourselves the primary power on Earth. I'll probably go until 1936, but I'm not going to go farther this time. Last time when I did it with France, the post-game episodes were not well received compared to the new ones in the Japan run. So I think I'm gonna put the run to bed as soon as we get there. But in any case, it has been a wild and interesting episode. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.